Yeah, I just wanted to jot this down. I don't think I'll put this up, but yeah, I remember them looking me over in the hospital, and when they put the thing in my ear, the way she did that, so, like, she didn't even put it in my ear. It was really weird. One ear went in normal, she's like, yeah, and it beeped and all that. The next side, she didn't even put it in my ear. She held it next to my ear, and it didn't even beep, and then she pulled it down. And not long after that, I started hearing them communicating. So I know there was an implant, like earpiece. I guess they do this to mutts or whatever they like to call us. People that they frame or set up and use. But yeah, I remember hearing them discuss my medical condition as well, and like talking about that I was in good health. They were actually shocked. They're like, she's in damn good health, and her breathing is fine. And I thought that was strange as well that they would mention my breathing. But yeah, now just kind of like putting them two things next to each other and seeing what happens, I guess, because I'm struggling now with the clouding. Like you can't really see it, but every night this has been happening now, where as soon as night falls, strange clouds block out the sky. And I've been sitting here some nights and doing some work, because immediately when it happens I can't breathe. And so I will start bringing my higher being in and blowing the clouds away, and that has actually worked. But yeah, just this breathing thing, that they've brought that up a couple of times. Yeah, there could be a number of possibilities, whether they want to maybe make it look like, you know, a diet of smoking, which is, it seems to be a common thread, right, with all these, I'm doing like, where's my fingers, I'm doing like inverted commas, with all these deaths, you know, that are classed as suicides or drug overdoses or whatever. They all seem perfectly suited, don't they? Like, oh yeah, that's typical, you know, that person, that makes sense that they died like that. So they will keep things in alignment to make it smoother, you know, more palatable for people to swallow. But yeah, there's a few attachments in my nose as well. And while I'm talking about the nose, smells is a strange thing. Like, I know this is all the weirdest shit anyone's probably ever heard, but it really is for me as well. And I've never thought any of this stuff was possible until it happened to me. The smell thing. So I know there's Satanists. There's a father. There's a daughter. And you know, she's always asking Daddy to do this for her and do that for her, and oh, you know, yeah, please have someone attack her eyes, please have this happen, please, you know, this kind of thing. So if it's the same person that I'm assuming, which would be that scumbag streetwalker piece of trash from Para Hills that was living literally just down the street after Paul was evicted, well, from my place, removed by police, I should say, by my home for being aggressive. Yeah, then they both ended up at the end of the street. I didn't actually, sorry, I'll backtrack. I didn't actually, I met this person once at my son's 4th birthday party. Yeah, oh God, I can't even. Total, oh my gosh. total inbred feral. So Paul tells me that his mum or his family's coming, and would it be okay if his brother brought his girlfriend and their kids? And, you know, it's 4th birthday party, so I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, wow. This pig showed up. Absolutely disgusting. Like, I should have smashed her in the teeth. But, you know, it's my son's 4th birthday party. She let her baby girl, who was, I don't know, Jet's age, maybe a little bit younger, wander around in a soaking wet nappy, just about around her ankles all day. Even when she was offered a few times for a fresh one. That's just one example of who this person is. At Para Hills, where they moved down the road from me after he was removed, yeah, these two basically housed up a few doors down and were living in a caravan. Caravans, I don't want to get too distracted because every time I reach a word, I'm like, there's a whole thing to go off on there, you know. It's kind of hard to stay on track for me. This is just basically a deathbed statement sort of thing at the moment. So, yeah, caravans. They seem to be all around too, where there's pedophilic activity. I do not want to say that in... it's really hard for me because it's really hard. Okay, I'm going to pause. There, got my throat. So anyone could quite possibly misconstrue that, all right? That is not... People need to be discerning. Like, it's not everybody who owns a caravan, okay? This is... I really hope people are discerning with information and they don't fly off on a stupid tangent and assume that I'm targeting in any kind of way. This is, what's going on? This is something, there was one next door to us in Ingle Farm. There was also one, Northfield. Basically every house I've moved to. So they were living in a caravan, and after I'd found out what he did, I heard him confessing to a friend in the neighbourhood. I've always sat outside like I am right now. You know, this is what I do. I like to sit out in the evening. And I heard him confessing to a friend who then went off and kicked him out the car and sped off. And I'm not really sure about any of that. So then this person called out a hit on me, and I heard this. Driving in a car by my house, or up the street, very quiet, late at night, and the person she was with, which is his brother, says to her, well, what do you want me to do about it? And I heard something muffled. I didn't hear what she said. And he replied, I'm not going to kill this girl for you. And she replied, and I still didn't hear her. I think it was a female voice, less audible. And I hear him respond, what, you're going to ask your dad? So all these pieces seem to fit for me. You know, like, much more, obviously. And like I said, once I hit a word, I go off on a whole thing. There's 8 years of information, you know, and that's literally all I can do now to pass the time and just wait for whatever's coming without my son. So yeah. So I knew that this was the case, that she was behind this when I left Para Hills, basically exited as soon as I could, obviously, with all this happening. And I ended up with Jet's father in our home. Oh, sorry, our old home, you know, where he is, for a bit, just so I could be near Jet. I mean, this is a situation where we're being, you know, targeted. I want to be with him and all together kind of thing. And a car was leaving the corner house one day, and I caught somebody saying, as they sped off, somebody was talking on the car phone and saying, go up to the house and check the CCTV footage. And the later part of that conversation was this same person, when he came back, was saying the girl didn't even do nothing. I'm just going to say the quote, and we're way past bad language and, you know, traumatic stuff. This is just information. If you don't want to hear it, please don't listen. Yeah, he said the girl didn't even do nothing. She can't even piss. She knows we're watching her. So yeah, obviously when you know you're on hidden camera surveillance in the home, and it's really hard to do normal things when you're being watched. And I think that this CCTV footage situation was, I drove past the house once because it was in the street. So drove past and just sucked that they were out the front, like walking right out the front, like right there. And at the time, obviously I wasn't beasted up like I am now. I was in fight or flight mode, very traumatized. So I just kind of drove past. If it were now, I don't think I would have made it past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the two of them are standing there and her face just flared up. She couldn't, like, contain herself that I was driving past. Like, and she's pointing and she's like, wow, you know, flaring up. As if I had no right to even be in my own fucking street. I think that's what it was about. She was saying, look, this girl's starting on us, or something to that effect. So, you know, it's a matter of piecing things together. Helps when you're a psychic, I guess, but, or a remote viewer, or a channeler. You can sort of do a bit of extra investigation on things.